I was being sucked under the water as the current of the river carried me to a sinkhole. This is Paranormal Christian. Let's tell stories. When I was only 6 years old, my mother had taken my sister and I to visit my great-grandmother in Lesterville, Missouri, and we were spending some time swimming at Black River. If you know anything about Black River, you know that it's very, very cold. You know that it's very, very long. And you may know that there were some sinkholes throughout the river. And on that particular day, I had swam a little too far from my mother. And all of a sudden, I was grabbed by one of these whirlpools into a sinkhole, which began to draw me under the water over and over again. She tells the story that all she could see was that every time I would bob up, my eyes coming above the water. And this is the interesting part. Only the day before, my sister and I had been in our little kiddie pool in our backyard. Actually, it was a concrete little bitty swimming pool that my dad had built for us with some leftover concrete from another project he had going on. And on that particular day, my sister had said to me, I was only 6 years old, and she said, "Do you know how to hold your breath?" I said, "No." She said, "Let me show you." And so she showed me how to hold my breath. 24 hours later, I'm being sucked under the water, and all I can remember is my sister saying, "Do you know how to hold your breath? Let me show you how." And I remembered what she had taught me only the day before, and it saved my life, me holding my breath until my mom was able to get to me and pull me out of the river. I am absolutely convinced that God, in His providence, put it on my sister's mind and my sister's heart that day before to teach me how to hold my breath. For me, it's a little too much for coincidence. And I think that the Holy Spirit used her and spoke through her to preserve my life, which would be threatened the very next day in this situation at the river. You know, here on Paranormal Christian, we like to tell all kinds of supernatural accounts. You've heard us tell ghost stories. You've heard us tell alien encounters, talk about Bigfoot and all of these things. But the greatest supernatural experience of all is that when God is moving in the hearts and in the minds of people. And I believe that's exactly what happened to save my life at the river. We would love to hear your accounts, your testimonies, your experiences with divine intervention, angelic encounters, times when God moved on your behalf in the miraculous and spared you from some tragedy in your life. You can visit us at paranormalchristian.com, click the contact button, fill out the form, and send us your stories. They may be featured right here. So keep those accounts coming and keep them PC.